Hey, welcome back to Variety Homestead and welcome to our Homestead Shop Talk. So, what are we doing today?
Today we're going to be making homemade skin balm.
Homemade skin balm. So,
Yes.
um, tell us a little bit about that. I'm not familiar with the procedure or what you would use it for or anything like that.
Okay. Well, the main reason why I'm making it is because it allows you to put together ingredients to use on your skin that are custom to what your needs are. So, in other words, if you have dry skin, you can customize the oils that you put in there to try to alleviate the dryness. Or if you have oily skin, you can do the same thing. Some of these oils, they serve all different purposes. Like I have some that are for dryness, wrinkles, inflammation, age spots, infections, exfoliation, trap pores, all different kinds of things. That
Okay.
and you can customize it to what your skin needs are. And it's not difficult to do. But the other reason that I'm doing it is because it works. I want to tell you a story of what happened to me. A couple years ago, I fell off our front porch. I was loading groceries onto the front porch and I missed a step. And I sprained my ankle. I keep saying twisted, but sprained it. And it was so bad that I had to crawl in the house. It was terrible. I had to call Monk. He came home from work, took me to the ER, and it was a really bad sprain. I couldn't put any weight on it at all. And the ER doctor, sorry, there's a gnat here. The ER doctor prescribed some medication for me. Well, I took it, and I had some side effects. And uh, it I mean, like within an hour of taking it. And so I looked up the medication online, and it says that this medication can cause kidney failure, liver failure, heart failure, and trouble breathing. And I was like, this is not worth it for a sprained ankle. So what I did was I had made up some some skin balm, just a basic skin balm, and I used frankincense essential oil and myrrh essential oil. And I really didn't even use it. I tried it out a couple times and I just had it sitting in a canning jar. Well, I started thinking about that and I looked it up, and both of those help with like inflammation. So I put the balm on my ankle, and almost like within an hour the swelling had gone down. Now, it did not alleviate all the swelling. A sprained ankle takes a long time to get over, weeks and weeks and weeks. But it did help like almost immediately. So after that, I was sold on it. And I went out later on, I went and made more that I specifically made to use on my face and my elbows in the wintertime get real dry, and my ankles get real dry. I use it for that. We also use it when we got sunburn this summer because it has beeswax in it, and beeswax helps with sunburns. So I know it's like this is not interesting to guys at all. I get it. But you might want to, share this video with your wives, and it's something I think they would be interested in. And it's really safe to use. You're not using a bunch of chemicals and things that you don't understand or don't even know what they mean when you look at the back of a jar of moisturizer. I don't recommend using it in the morning if you're going to be, or anytime you're going to wear makeup, because it is a little difficult to apply makeup over top of it. But it's really good to use at night, or, if you're just working around the house or whatever, you don't care about having your makeup on, then I use it then. So anyway, we're going to go over all the ingredients and we're going to show you how to do this.
We're actually going to make some,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we're going to make it.
Okay.
And I really think that it's not expensive to make. You have your initial cost of the beeswax and the essential oils, but they last a long time. So anyway, I hope you guys will enjoy it. Well, at least you ladies will enjoy it. And you guys just suffer through it because it's something that the ladies like to do. So,
All right, well, without any further ado, we're going to get right into making it.
okay, everybody, this is I'm going to go over the equipment that we're going to use to make this skin balm. I have a burner here, electric burner. I think I bought this on Amazon. We use it out here in the shop when we're like sometimes I make popcorn out here, that kind of thing. I have 2 pots which are working as a double boiler. So I filled this bottom pot almost halfway up, just so that this second pot will rest on the water and act as a double boiler. And then I have measuring cups. I have a quarter cup, a whole cup. I have a tablespoon and a teaspoon. I have this just to get the oil out of the jar. And then I sacrificed a wooden spoon because once you put this in the wax and all and the oils to stir around, you're not going to want to use it for anything else. And I also have these aluminum tins. I bought these bulk off of Amazon. They're 2-ounce aluminum tins, and it says right on there Balm cream 12-pack. So that's the equipment I'm using. Now the ingredients I'm going to be using is yellow beeswax. We bought this from Bulk Apothecary. This is a 4-pound bag. I've already been into it once. You only need a quarter cup of beeswax. And then I'm using organic coconut oil. You can use a variety of different oils. You can use avocado oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, but I'm using coconut oil today. You just want to check and make sure that you're, you can't use like Crisco or something like that. You don't want to use anything petroleum based. So, and then I have vitamin E, A, and D skin oil. This I bought from Azure Standard. I'm going to be using a half a teaspoon of this, a cup of this oil, quarter cup of the beeswax, and then I'm going to use about a half a teaspoonful of different essential oils. And I'm using lavender, myrrh, chamomile, frankincense, tea tree oil, and lemon oil. Because this is the combination that I want to use to make for our skin balm. But you can put in there whatever essential oils you want to put in there for fragrance or just the properties, the healing and properties that each of these different oils will do. So I think I've bought these from all kinds of places. Azure Standard, I bought them from Amazon, and then I don't even know. I think some biomed place. I can't recall. But you can Google it and find lots of different kinds of essential oils. Okie doke. So I've got 1 cup of coconut oil. And then I've got a quarter cup of beeswax. And you're going to add these 2 plus, I like the E, A, and D oil. This is just straight oil. It's not an essential oil that I bought from Azure because this helps. Vitamin E oil is really great for scarring and healing your skin. So I'm putting a half a teaspoon of this in. And you don't want to add the essential oils until the last step. And you don't want to put them in the burner. So we're going to add the coconut oil. And then the beeswax. And then I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of the AD and E oil. And then I'm just going to stir this around. Until it all melts. And you see the little pellets of the beeswax? Those will all melt. And I've got this burner on like medium. And it'll take a few minutes for it all to melt. And of course we have our noisy roosters. And it shouldn't burn since you're using the double boiler. That's the whole reason. If you put this straight onto the burner, I don't know what the wax would do. It might just stick to the bottom and not melt. Okay, as you can see, almost all that beeswax has melted. There's still a little bit left. So we're going to just keep it in the double boiler. I think it's all melted. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut this off. I don't want to put that hot pan on. Okay, then I'm going to drop 1 drop of each oil into my teaspoon. You don't want to put too much essential oil in here. I think, what does my instructions say? Up to 1 teaspoon. So, because these are very concentrated. Okay, so I'm going to add a drop each to my solution. And now, one thing I didn't mention that is important is you have to have a carrier oil. And that's what this coconut oil is. Like I said, you could use avocado, you can use grapeseed, you can use coconut, you can use jojoba, I guess that's how you say it, oil, because these are so concentrated that if you use these alone or use too much of them, they can irritate your skin. And these are not for internal use, these are for external use. So I'm just going to drop each one of these oils into my teaspoon here. So I've got a drop of lemon. Some of these come with droppers, some of them don't. A drop of lavender. A drop of tea tree oil. And then this is a drop of myrrh. Actually, that was 2 drops, no big deal. And this is a drop of chamomile. And this is a drop of frankincense. And I'm going to add that to solution. And I'm going to stick this in there just to make sure I get all those essential oils in there. Stir it up. And let them sit for just a minute while I'm putting the caps on back on everything. Shoot, I'll just get them out of the way. And then I'm going to take a tin. And one cool thing about this pot is it has the little pour in it. And I use these puppy pads for a lot of things. That way I can just throw it away if I spill the oil on it. And you just fill up the container. And then you're going to let it sit and harden. And that's it. Okay, it's been about a half an hour, and as you can see, the stuff is It's not completely solid, but it's mostly solid. And you could see after about 10 minutes, you could see it starting to harden up. And I'm just going to leave these sit here and cool off completely, and then I'll put the lids on them. And but one thing to remember when you store these, you don't want to keep them in a really warm place because they will start to liquefy again. So just, don't sit them in the sun. I wouldn't carry one in my purse, in the summer especially. So anyway, I hope you guys try this out. It works really well. It's not difficult, and it's a lot cheaper than buying stuff that other people have made, like from Etsy or things like that. You can make it yourself, customize it yourself to whatever you want in your skincare regimen. So anyway, I hope you guys try this out. And this is, I know many men probably won't do this, but the ladies will enjoy it. And I just hope that you like, subscribe, and share.